What the was that?
James, it's Valtteri.
There's something loose between my legs.
You mean like forever?
I don't know.
Tripping major nutsack.
Come on! No more radio for the rest of the race.
Hello everyone and welcome along to the Reserve Drivers Cognizant Aramco Oracle Formula One show for season 2022. I'm Tim McDonald. I'm back alongside this man.
We see the return of a certain Nutella-loving Canadian point scorer.
Listen, I'll take that. That is not the worst thing you've ever said about me.
You're not Canadian and you've never scored, but it's Luke Rocco. Welcome back for 2022.
Oh, Timothy, it is good to be here. Yes, the reserve drivers are back. We are continuing in 2022. We are continuing the laughs. And
We are continuing our journey to the summit of Formula One.
we will get there.
We're below the Earth's core at the moment, Lukey boy. We've got a long way to go to get to the summit, but we are back for 2022.
Against all odds. They didn't want us to return.
I mean, after the last show of last year, a lot of talk that YouTube was manipulating our viewing figures. We investigated it. There's a full report. Turns out there was no problem. It was just the content was the problem.
But we can assure there will be structural changes.
Absolutely.
There will be structural
changes. You're out. You don't know that yet, but
Not unexpected news. In fact, it is exactly what we had predicted.
Lukey boy, what have you been up to over the break?
I've been doing much of what Lando Norris has been doing.
Just enjoying some time away from here.
Look, I love you, Tim. Love you like a brother. But there's no denying I needed my space.
And the viewers needed their space too. But we're back for 2022, as is our studio audience. There he is there.
They're arriving.
I mean, I haven't seen Christian that disappointed to arrive somewhere since the Spice Girls reunion. That is how disappointed Christian Horner is. Mind you, when it comes to F1 bosses and revolving doors, there's one man who takes the cake. In he goes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here he comes. He's back.
He's going full circle.
He's gone full circle. Where is his carer? Where is his carer support worker? Here he goes. He's back through the door.
Okay, take two.
It's locked. The door is locked. Where's another one? Here we go. I've got an idea. I'll go through this door.
It is episode 1 in 2022, and it is going to be hard to top the most dumbest start we've ever had. Tim, favourite time of the year? It's launch time!
Forget the on-track action. Forget the close battles. It's PowerPoint presentations and marketing. That's what excites us about Formula
And
One.
don't forget production value.
Production value.
Something we can only dream of.
What is production value? Launches come with a lot of noise, a lot of lights, a lot of flashing lights, Lukey boy. And this year, I've noticed something interesting. They're giving out epilepsy warnings at the start of the presentations.
It is time to see the AMR 22. Just a warning, this video does contain some flashing images.
Very helpful guide, very handy warning, and not the only warning that Aston Martin provided at their launch. They also had one for Lawrence Stroll warning marketing bullshit, which was very handy. Not that we need a warning for our show, Lukey boy.
I couldn't imagine so.
We do not need a warning here at
Definitely
the Reserve
not.
Drivers.
Speaking of marketing bullshit, I want to talk about that launches, it's not just about the car. Lawrence Stroll was unveiling the highly anticipated
Third chin. He's been working on that over the summer. It was it was hard to see under the beard, but I got a little sneak peek.
It's the brand new Aston Martin headquarters at Silverstone. And didn't he hype it up?
The world's most technically advanced motorsport headquarters.
So, Tim, I ask you, what would you find? What comprises the world's most technologically advanced motorsport headquarters?
Probably a state-of-the-art mechanics workshop, a high-grade wind tunnel, aerodynamic simulators, those kind of equipment.
With first-class catering facilities, breakout areas, and everything else a modern Formula One team needs.
Okay, I think the everything else is very important there.
Yeah, so far it's a vending machine and a ping pong table.
Call me old-fashioned, but I'd say Aston Martin would benefit far greater from, say, a wind tunnel than endless supply of an English breakfast.
Lawrence Stroll looks like he's been making full use of the state-of-the-art catering facilities as well, by the way.
I tell you what, after eating a full English breakfast, I got my own little wind tunnel going on.
And just a warning, we appear to have peaked for 2022 early.
We have the first bowel movement joke for 2022.
But exciting times at Aston, Lukey boy. And Rachel Brooks asked their drivers, Lance Stroll and Seb Vettel, what they would be doing if they weren't F1 drivers. And Sebastian Vettel revealed a rather interesting dream.
There was a phase I remember I was running through the house and screaming, I want to be Michael Jackson. So
interesting choice of hero, Michael Jackson.
Aston Martin has gone from 15 sponsors to 13 now. They've lost 2 as a result.
Well, from Aston Martin to Williams.
Another team with rising stock.
They launched, unlike us, Licky Boy, they launched their new Formula One car this week. And when launching your new car, get a presenter who can say the word new.
Now we head into the new Formula One season, including a hotly anticipated new event. And with 2022 comes new cars and new regulations. It's a time for new beginnings.
Might be time for a new presenter, Lukey Boy. He's going to need some new English lessons, there's no doubt about that.
A new day, a new horizon. One man who was very excited about the car launch was team boss Jos Capito, or Capito.
Capato.
Although I think his excitement got him a little bit carried away when answering this specific question.
We're going to reveal the car in a moment. You guys have seen it already. In one word, can you describe it for me?
It's a real beauty.
Yeah,
and if it's as fast as it looks, then we'll be very, very good.
Jos is fired up.
And he's in charge of numbers and figures at Williams, so that's not a good sign.
Although, do you know, this is actually true. In Italian, capito means understood. That's actually true. So I suppose you could say that Jos no capito the question.
That was Crepito, and you don't need to be Italian to know what that means. And just a warning that Luke's humour will continue throughout this episode.
Timmy, let's move now to the big team in 2022.
AlphaTauri, they are the big team.
All eyes are on the Italian-based team, and they had a massive launch. It took over the internet. It went viral. It went huge. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Did you?
Not really. But I did manage to glance at it here and there, and something caught my eye. Take a look at this piece of footage.
What is this?
This was from the AlphaTauri launch video.
Or a new Daft Punk album. What is that?
That is Pierre Gasly and
Yuki Tsunoda on stilts.
Their new slogan is "Fashion meets function."
And that's what we're all about here at the Reserve Drivers. You probably guessed it just by glancing at us. Fashion meets function. Fashion meets function.
Here, I'll take function.
Function less.
Here are some examples of fashion definitely not meeting function. Jensen Button in a wet t-shirt contest.
That's an intermediate shirt. That is an intermediate shirt. He thought that the track would dry.
Not sure what the function is here.
Whoa!
There's Christian Horner.
What is
Not
that?
Sure what's happening there?
I think I can see his purple helmet Marco there. We better blur that out.
And one more example of fashion definitely not meeting function. Oh!
That is a private image. That is a private image. I'm lodging a protest. No, Luke, that is not right. That is not right.
I mean, the only function I can think of there is taking out the trash.
To one of my favourite launches, though, Lukey Boy, McLaren. Massive launch at the McLaren HQ, hosted by Natalie Pinkham and Karun Chandok. Natalie did all the heavy lifting, all the talking, all the presenting. All Karun had to do was walk through the door normally.
Should we get the show on the road?
Let's do it.
Karun, you're going to walk through glass.
Oh, no.
What are you doing? What's with the weird sidestep?
Can we get an action replay on this?
Let's do it.
I mean, we haven't seen an F1 guy walk through a door that badly since.
I think you're being a little bit harsh to Karun because he did a great job at giving the fans what they want. A lot of people stayed up late. It was like 5 a.m. for us. There was a crowd, and everyone was excited to see the brand new McLaren F1 car.
Well, 2022, of course, is a whole new chapter for McLaren with their first foray into a new series for them. Extreme E, an off-road championship.
I mean, you tune in, you expect to see the McLaren F1 car, and what do you get? You get an off-roading dune buggy. That's what it is. In all seriousness, McLaren have entered Extreme E. It's all about the environment, all about sustainability. And McLaren have made a real commitment to doing everything they can for the environment. I mean, just listen to the lengths that they're prepared to go to help save the planet.
And Tina, I understand you're doing your bit to save the planet. Ahead of Sardinia, what are you planning to do?
So I actually live near Modena in Italy, and I am planning to ride my bike.
That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. She's prepared to ride her bike. Hasn't looked it in yet, but she's prepared to think about riding her bike.
Speaking of commitment, Tim.
Your past 3 relationships. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about them.
Team boss of McLaren, Andreas Seidel. We found out that he is very committed at the moment to a new lease of life.
He's on a whole intermittent fasting thing.
Right, yeah. That's actually true. Yeah. I should have told you.
He gave me a whole thing about it. He's lost weight.
Hey, nice.
Which is impressive given McLaren's state-of-the-art catering facilities that they've got at their campus.
That was very nice of Karun as well to compliment Andreas.
Yeah.
I suppose you could say that Karun was sidling up to Seidel.
Is that it? Is that it?
That took me 4 hours to come up with.
There is not a warning strong enough for that content.
Seidel means to like schmooze, and Andreas Seidel is his last name. All right, listen, look, I've noticed a shift in your attitude ever since I put the picture up of you. Okay?
And on the back of that joke, we are going to reach the summit of Formula One. Lukey boy, the absolute summit of comedy.
It was an impressive launch, wasn't it?
It was, and they were surrounded by hundreds of McLaren fans who'd won competitions to come see the car for the first time. And these fans, they could not contain their excitement.
We're back live at the MTC. Come on, guys. Female driver. Give it up for the girls. Come on. New Zealander.
First time
Can we have a
in
cheer
11 years.
sponsor? Come on. The new contract. Come on, guys. New contract. That is good news. Great to have your company. Guys, come on. Let's just have another cheer and let's get into the spirit of this.
Guys, come on.
God love Natalie Pinkenfast. Trying to hype them up.
I think that last shot was our audience, by the way. Can we just go back to them? Come on, guys.
Oh, come on.
I think they've just heard your Seidel joke, Lukey boy.
Oh, give it up.
Towards the end, the McLaren fans couldn't even be bothered clapping.
I think it's about time, don't you? Do you think it's about time? Yes.
About time to go to bed. What are they doing?
Do you think it's about time? Yes.
Bernie Eccleston has more life in him than that crowd.
But it's all about the 2022 car, the new regulations, and so Karun Chandok spoke to an expert. He spoke to an 80s porn star, which was just fantastic to get the insights of an 80s vintage porn star. And if we just pause it there, if we zoom in a little bit there you can see the new mustache regulations. It's a slimline moustache. It's designed to encourage talking. But speaking of McLaren, speaking of excitement, no one is more excited at McLaren than Lando Norris. Here he is sharing his vision for the 2022 season, and wasn't it well received?
Our goals, especially in like 24, 25, is to really try and reach the top. So nice to be here till then and continue our journey we've been on together.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Come on, guys. Give us the applause.
Guys, come on.
But it was exciting. Everyone got to see the new McLaren livery up close. Although when I say everyone...
I think it looks spectacular. I can't wait to see it.
It's right in front of you, Zach. Open your eyes. That is, of course, McLaren team boss, Zach Brown, friend of the show.
Great friend of the show.
Fist of the show. That's a bit weird. Zach Brown is the team boss at McLaren. He runs the show.
The puppet master of McLaren racing.
And if you're wondering how Zach Brown does it, Lukey boy, he explained.
I'm probably 10 coffees a day. A lot of stuff keeps me awake at night.
Might be the 10 coffees.
I'd say so.
Why are you having 10 coffees?
10 coffees?
I mean...
No wonder he can't see the McLaren right in front of him. He's got blurred vision.
Could you spare some of the coffees for the McLaren fans?
Yeah, I
Come
reckon.
on, guys.
Guys, come on.
But there's no doubting it, Lukey boy. Zach Brown is a switched-on operator. He's a smart operator.
My favorite part is watching it all come together, but half the time I'm nodding, pretending like I know what they're saying to me, but I'm not as smart as the engineers and designers.
Now, that's not fair. Zach Brown is a smart, switched-on operator. You've got to be smart to appear on...
One today as we continue Team Week on Wheel of Fortune.
That is Zach Brown on Teen Week on Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, how have you found that?
All right, I stayed up all night. It might have been the 10 coffees, and I found Zach Brown on Wheel of Fortune.
Zach claims to be 13 years old. Is that true?
That's me.
Okay. Oh, you're the one.
Yeah.
What do you like to study in school, Zach?
Math, history, science.
He's so cute.
Have a look at this next clip, Lukey boy. Look at Zach Brown's problem-solving ability. He's able to solve the puzzle with barely a clue.
900.
Can I have a K, please?
Yes, you can have 2 Ks. Now, all right. No help from our audience. Zach, $3,050. Identify this person.
Wild Bill Hickok.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
How's he done it?
Doesn't matter. How did he do that? That is amazing.
You don't need 10 coffees for that.
And of course, Wild Bill Hickok is one of the all-time greats, Wild Bill Hickok. And well done to Zach Brown, because that was the new 18-inch Wheel of Fortune, which was difficult to handle from the 13-inch one.
Yes.
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 Yes. Satire. There's a warning on your screen there.
Yep.
Would you like to buy a vowel? Would you like to buy a joke?
I feel like Wild Bill Hickok right now, I tell you. Wild Bill Hickok. Tim, at the beginning of the show, if you can remember that far back,
if people are still watching,
we played footage of team bosses entering the big FIA meeting to discuss the fallout from Abu Dhabi.
Christian Horner, Toto Wolff, they were all entering the building.
And I noticed that if you put a slightly sinister soundtrack to it, it just changes the whole dynamic.
The new FIA boss. That is evil. Those are evil headquarters.
Tim, you did mention and you spotted out the brand new FIA president, Mohammed bin Sulayem. He is a racer for life. He's been racing for years. He's a 14-time rally champion.
Underqualified. Does he have the right qualifications to lead motorsport? I'm not sure he does.
Well, I thought, I want to find out what style of leadership is he going to bring to the table. And I think this interview with Jeremy Clarkson on BBC's Top Gear kind of sheds light. And he's responding to how he dealt with hoons on the road.
And they wanted to race me. And they took me about for the next 20 miles. They were beside me making circles around me. And they begged me to race. And I said, that's not the place. But at the end, I knew I had to do something. So then I blasted the car and then they were happy and then they left.
Now, it's that kind of responsibility and care that I think is going to hold him in good stead.
Road safety. It's a key pillar of his leadership, and the FIA, they're going in a totally new direction.
You know, I reckon we need a little bit of cavalier approach.
Yeah. Drag racing hoons in the middle of the night. That's what I wanted in an FIA president. John Todt struggled with it, I'll be honest. But to the big launch of the season so far.
Are we finally going to talk about Haas?
No, sorry, it's Red Bull. Red Bull, the new drivers' champions. They held their launch this week. And as always, it's always a good sign to start with a joke.
Can we take a closer look?
Yeah, sure.
Come on then. Come on, let's get down there. It won't bite, will it?
Or laugh.
Hey, look, I actually empathise with them because I know all too well not getting a laugh after a joke.
I was going to say, did that strike a chord with you, Lukey Boy?
It did, it hit home.
But this Red Bull launch was all about the fans, Lukey Boy, and they unveiled an exciting new Red Bull fan initiative.
You might even spot some hidden codes somewhere in the show, which you can then use on the paddock, the free loyalty program you'll find online.
A Red Bull loyalty program, Lukey Boy. I'm a member of the Red Bull loyalty program. I'm a Gasly member, so my membership gets terminated unfairly.
I see what you're doing here, Tim.
Or you can do the Kvyat membership, which
that's platinum, isn't it?
That's platinum, yeah. You get all the benefits, and then you move to the AlphaTauri membership loyalty program. It's a wonderful program. And the code word, interesting, the code word that you needed to unlock the Red Bull loyalty program, manipulated. That was the code word you needed. It was a strange choice. The Red Bull launch was fantastic, Lukey Boy. We got to hear from the drivers, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez. A lot of talk that Red Bull are preferencing Max, not giving fair treatment to Sergio, so much so that...
Checo, what are you looking forward to most in 2022?
To good racing, you know.
They give his answers a countdown clock.
Got the timer on him.
Got the timer on Checo.
Stopwatch.
But Red Bull, all the talk is about one man, Max Verstappen. He's the new world champion, the new drivers' champion, and they held a very subtle, low-key celebration for Max over the winter. Look at this.
Oh, wow, I haven't seen this.
They're obviously celebrating Max's win in the World Championship and the fact Helmut Marko got down those stairs without a stair lift. That is an amazing achievement. Well done, Helmut Marko. They gave an interview in another language, Lukey Boy. Don't worry about what Max is saying. Have a look at what is behind Max. What is that? What is he holding? What is he spraying? I know he was excited, but I'm not sure we can show that footage at this time slot.
For new viewers of the reserve drivers, pay attention throughout the year because often we show footage of what's going on behind the action.
Yeah, don't worry about the action. Worry about what's going on behind the action.
Because you see things like that.
Max and Dr. Marko gave this interview in another language, Lukey Boy, but have a listen to this. There are some words that just have to be said in English.
Sofort auf die Softreifen umgewechselt, vor allem von hinten kommen, der hat den Vorteil des Slipstreams.
Not every language has a word for slipstream.
You learn something new every day.
New regulations, new tyres this year, Lukey Boy, and an interesting revelation from Christian Horner at the Red Bull launch.
Tyres and the wheels are heavier, they're more bulky, and so, you know, having got the world record at 1.82 seconds, I don't think we're going to be challenging it in this first year with these wheels.
So we might not see sub 2 second pit stops this year, Lukey Boy, which a lot of people are unhappy about. I'm a fan of, because I'm a fan of the longer pit stop. Looks like we might be seeing more pit stops like this. This is Johnny Herbert at Sauber. This is a standard pit stop for Sauber back in the day.
Okay, you see they're in no rush.
Yes, they are. Here come the crew. Here come the pit crew.
Tell you what, you wouldn't want to stop watching this. Yeah, they must be going for the tyre selection there. And God help us if they get the wheel guns.
I think we're about to see a Max Verstappen celebration there from Johnny, if you know what I mean. That's not a 2-second pit stop. That's a Me Too second pit stop.
So you're in favour of the longer pit stop?
We're going to see a lot more pit stops like this, Leaky Boy. And all the better because it kept going. Whoa! What is going on there? What is going on there?
Okay, I'm not sure DHL want to sponsor that, Tim. Okay, thank God that's over.
Well, it's not. It continues. Oh dear, they're spilling fuel.
Oh
I'll just have a quick smoke of my cigarette.
Oh no. Talk about things blowing up in your face.
That was the world's first sub-2-hour pit stop, Lukey Boy, and thankfully, the Sauber mechanics managed to get Johnny Herbert out into the race. And yet they're still following more sporting regulations than Michael Massey. They're still doing a better job than Michael Massey. I'd like to see all of them become the new race director, Lukey Boy.
Would you really?
I absolutely would. Races would have to be on after midnight, but I'd love to see it.
Right, before we see any more of that...
That's it for the reserve drivers. We're back in season 2022.
Like, subscribe, comment, hit us up. Let's get this thing going in 2022.
And thanks everyone for watching at home.
Guys, come on, let's just have another cheer and let's get into the spirit of this.
Slipstream.